My dating era has come to an end. I'd like to thank those who participated. Seriously.
You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Amanda, popularly known in the socials as Fine Lady A. Fine Lady A on TikTok, Fine Lady A on Instagram, Fine Lady A on YouTube. Thank you for coming through, for watching, for clicking that thumbnail, and you were like, I really want to hear what this girl is talking about today. So this is actually a story time chit chat kind of it's a story time and a chit chat, kind of like a get ready with me, but I'm just gonna be doing my makeup because the only reason why I decided to just mix this together is because after filming this I need to head out. So I wanted to talk about something, and at the same time I wanted to be, multitasking sort of. So I hope I'll be able to communicate what I need to say and be able to film and talk while I'm doing my makeup. Okay, so it's nothing too serious. It's just for me to just head out and look proper. I've got a young meeting later on, so yeah, why not do my makeup while I'm also filming? Okay, so again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to Fine Lady A's channel, where we do beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. Okay, so if there's new stuff that you want to see on this channel, do go on to my comment section, leave whatever you want to leave, guys. Tell me what you feel about this video, tell me what you want to see on this channel, all of that good stuff. Okay, I really appreciate it, and it does not go unnoticed, all the comments, even on my other socials. Thank you so much for keeping it real with your girl. All right, okay, so getting on into this video, I actually had some few notes that I'd actually written down, guys. Okay, because I really didn't want to kind of like leave anything out, because there are certain things that I wanted to vent on, and there are things that I actually wanted to address, not really address, but just wanted to talk about, because they are in connection with the topic of this whole thing that I'm going to be talking about, dating. Okay, so yeah, my story time, guys. Okay, so I honestly, let me just put out a disclaimer. First of all, if it's a story time, that means it's something that I've been through and it's a real story. Okay, it's something that really happened to me. And honestly, if anyone out there kind of feels like they know whoever I'm talking about, honestly, I couldn't care less, because that's in my past, and this is just now like one of those memories, or let me not say memories, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, it's in the past. I mean, it happened, and yeah, whatever, we learn from all these experiences. All right, so first of all, guys, I just want to say this. When it comes to umjolo, guys, just drink alcohol and forget about umjolo, because umjolo uzokunyisa, but alcohol will never disappoint you. Let's as Puzeni, as Deshen, guys, hlukaneni nomjolo, because what the hell. Okay, so right now, currently, I'm actually very single, and I've been single for like almost a year. It's going to a year. And the reason why I'm single, okay, is because, well, obviously I was in a relationship before I actually became single, right? So the main reason why I'm actually single is because, fine, I parted ways with whoever I was dating at the time, and it wasn't anything that I can say it was a bad breakup or that sort of thing. It was just a mere mutual it was a mutual agreement between two adults. We talked about it, and we decided that we're gonna part ways because it wasn't working out. There was just so much that was going on in this person's life. There was a lot also that was kind of going on in my life as well, and we just decided that, you know what, I think we need to just deal with stuff that's happening right now, and if ever we're gonna get back together, if we are opportune to even do that, then it's fine. And if we don't and we meet other people along the way, that's also okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was really like a very mature type of breakup with me and this person. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm actually single, you know. And while I've been single, obviously, I mean, Ugel has been like kind of talking to other people and meeting other people, because remember when I broke up with this person, it wasn't like Uguti, we are saying Guti, you are not allowed to be seeing any other person or whatever. We mutually agreed, but okay, fine, if we do meet other people, then cool. Then if we realize, you know, we actually still want to get back together, then it's also fine, you know. So I mean, in the meantime, girl, I've just been living my best life. All right, I've just been meeting other people and talking to other people and going on dates, you know. And honestly speaking, I feel like at my age, I'm in my 30s anyway. So I feel like when you're in your 30s, you kind of like at a stage where you are mature, right? Obviously, I mean, if you're in your 30s, you've had experiences with different people and all that sort of thing. So obviously you are mature and you now know exactly where you're headed and the type of people that you actually want in your life. And for me, I really kind of like take that very seriously. Like even when I'm doing my vision board at the beginning of the year, I have this thing that I do also for like almost all the aspects of my life. Financially, I know where I'm headed, I know what I want to do. If it's school related, I know what exactly I will be studying. If there's something that I probably want to learn, if there's something that I actually really need to learn or have a skill on, I'll make sure, okay, let me try and do something about it. If it's work related, obviously I'll also do the same thing. And this also goes on to even me doing the same thing even with relationships. So at the beginning of the year, I was just like, okay, you know what, since I've just been in a relationship and I've parted ways with this person, right now I'm not even saying I'm rushing to get into any sort of like a relationship, you know what I'm saying? But if I do meet people along the way, it's also okay for me to meet people. I'm gonna like talk to people, I'm going to go on dates, I'm just gonna do me, you know, I'm just gonna be out there, but I'm not saying I'm searching. I hope this is making sense. I'm literally just saying, I'm just gonna have fun, enjoy life. Do you get what I'm saying? Nothing else, you know? And I'm also not saying, Guti, I'm out here trying to mislead anyone, no. But I'm just saying, Guti, if I find somebody and it's going in the right direction and it feels good and I'm happy with that person and we have the same type of goals and all sorts of things, why not? We're gonna get into a relationship if it allows we get into a relationship, you know, just to clear that out. So fine. So I attended an event and I met a guy, you know, nice looking guy. But I will definitely say that, okay, when I met this guy, for me, it wasn't really more about, okay, how he looks, he was fine looking or anything. He was a clean gent, you know, I don't even want to say he was my type or not my type, but I just want to say that he was a clean gent. He was a good looking guy, but I don't think typically he would be the guy that I would have gone for. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, as much as I don't want to say type, but obviously as a human being now, NG, you have people that you know, I can actually date this person just by physically looking at them before you actually get to know them. So he was that type of guy for me. And what actually was very attractive about this man in question was that he sounded very intelligent, because at the event we ended up networking and, you know, obviously you're talking to this person, you're talking to that person, and he sounded very, very intelligent, which for me is like a must. If I'm going to talk to a guy, I want to talk to a guy who's intelligent, because I'll be just talking to somebody who's not intelligent and then he even doesn't even get my jokes. Or sometimes you crack jokes and they're just so dumb to a point that what you're saying is not making sense to them. You get what I'm saying? We exchange numbers. Long story short, we exchange numbers and we start talking, okay? So the talking stage of everything else was great. Like, talking was actually very great with this person. I enjoyed talking to this person so much. And at some point he's like, okay, like I think this was like 2 weeks or a week down the line, but like I think it was 2 weeks, yeah. And he suggests that we need to link up. We need to sort of like go on a date, meet up. And I was like, oh yes, now you're talking my language, because if you are saying let's go on a date, you're giving me a chance to really know who you are, and you're giving me a chance to sort of like see your energy, because it's one thing to talk to somebody on WhatsApp and phone calls and all of that, because this guy was even calling, hey. So it's one thing to do that, and then it's another to totally just not try or give an effort, or make an effort rather, to say let me see this person, and let's go on a date. So you really want to try by all means, you meet the person, get to know them, see their character and all of that. So fine, okay, we talked about this date thing, and on that particular weekend we had set out to go on the date. Something comes up on his end. I had actually scheduled myself that I'm gonna go on a date that Saturday, and this guy has something that comes up, and he doesn't communicate that with me, which was the first red flag. He doesn't communicate that with me, and I kind of felt, man, I just didn't like. I didn't like that, because it didn't, like, I'm so big on communication. That's one. I'm very huge on communication. If you don't communicate with me, how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know what you're feeling? So if you're not communicating, then it's a problem. So this guy doesn't communicate, and then later on during that day, he tells me, no, something came up, what, something to do with something at his house or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. But at least you should have told me, Uguti, you're not going to make it, because I spent the whole day waiting on to hear, Uba, are we still on or not? And when you just went to see on me, right? Fine. Okay, doesn't even try to make up or whatever. Did he even apologize? I don't remember if he apologized or not, but we kind of like overlooked what happened, which was already for me a big deal, because you cannot do something and then try to make me kind of like forget about what happened, and then now we just have to continue as if to be right. But well, anyway, I was like, okay, but this is the first time we are like really going on a date, so let's just see. Right, that weekend passes, and then the next thing that happens is that this guy during the week, he works from home. I also work from home, right? Remember, we're both adults, we work from home, we know what we're supposed to be doing during the week and all of that. So I think I had errands that week on a I'm not sure what day it was, but I had errands anyway during the week. So me having errands, guy says to me that, am I in town? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually in town. I'm doing some errands. I'm just finishing up on errands. And he says to me that he wants to pass by where I am. I think I was at a pharmacy or something, or some shop. And then he's like, he wants to come and see me and say hi. He's passing by just to say hi, which wasn't a problem, really. It really wasn't a problem. So I'm like, okay, no problem. You can come through and say hi. Okay, does exactly that. He comes through, he says hi, and have a little chit chat with me, and he goes. So this is the first time he's actually doing this. Remember, we haven't actually gone on a date. And then I think the following week, he does the same thing. So it became something that was repetitive, whereby if I'm in town, he asks me if I'm in town, and he wants to see me in town. So I kind of got bored, because, okay, remember, we're actually on talking stage, and you are not making any efforts about, okay, let's go on this date. I think at some point I even suggested that we attend something. There was like something that was happening in the city, and I suggested that we go together on that thing, because I was really trying to say, okay, here I am, I'm also meeting you halfway, let's do something, And okay, I don't know what happened that weekend of it when we were supposed to go on that event, but I don't remember what actually happened, but we ended up not going. So it became a thing of every time when I'm in town or he's in town, he's asking me if I'm in town, and he wants to see me in the CBD and pass by. And I got so annoyed with that. I got super annoyed to a point where I kind of stopped talking to him. And I think he noticed, Wuti, I'm no longer giving out energy, the same energy that I was giving out when we started out. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, he noticed it, right? And then he asked me, Wuti, these days you kind of like don't miss me, what? I was like, no, I'm just busy. I'm just busy. So, in short, this whole thing didn't even go as far as the date. because the date never happened. Because at some point I remember he now asked me, what's up, how you doing? I think he was like the regular hi, how are you type of thing that we used to do. And then I got to a point where I'm like, listen, no, he wanted to come see me. Yes, he was passing through some place which is actually close to my house, and he suggested he wanted to, am I home, he wants to pass through my house and see me and say hi. So I now said, no, you can't, because I feel like it's becoming a habit that when now every time you want to pass through and see me and say hi, and even in town, that is what you're actually doing. And I'm not about that. Like, make time to see me, you know. I was really being open and straight up with him. Make time to see me. You cannot be doing that, you know, because I need to see who am I dealing with here. Okay. After that, he says to me, no, you're actually right. You know, what you're saying, you're actually very, very right. And I think I need to do that, you know. And guess what? The date never happened. And this guy just literally stopped talking to me. So all I'm saying is, okay, fine. He stopped talking to me. I also stopped talking to him because, personally, on my end, I was really bored. I was getting super bored of, you know, it's one thing to talk to somebody online, but let's always like try to, you live in the same city as I do. So what is holding that? Like, we know when like, I'm not getting it. It's not making sense. You know, let's meet up. Let's, you know, and it's so sad because lately I just realized, Guti, sometimes, even with just guys in general, the moment you start setting standards, you're becoming demanding. And that is my standard, by the way. Uguti, if we are new and this is something new, we're trying to see where this is going, or we are like, okay, we're trying to get to know each other. My standard is make time to see me, because I can be talking to you online, but I want to see you. I want to feel your energy. I want to know if this is the right person that I'm supposed to be with or not. I need to get to know you on a different level, you know, on an even deeper meaning, even on a deeper level, so to say, you know. So that was it. That was just it. And before I say anything else, I probably will talk about another person that I recently, was it recent? Yeah, it's kind of almost recent, but yeah. So there was another guy that I also met, you know. And long story short, this is somebody who lived out of town. I'm basically just going to cut this one short because I really want to get to the point where I'm getting at. That I met this guy and we started talking. We talked for 2-3 weeks, and then the third week he's like, he's coming down to see me. No, he's actually passing through Blawayo because he's driving off to another country, and he just wants to pass by and see me on that weekend. So I'm like, okay, cool. And it was like a proper sort out date, you know, it was sorted out, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. So the guy comes through, remember we're talking and everything is cool, everything was just like, even talking to this guy, it felt like, okay, no umuntu who really wants to get to know me, because he's making an effort to say, I'm going to a different place, but I am passing through and I'm gonna see you, you know what I'm saying, and spend some time with you. So this guy drives down, we go on our date, we see each other, everything is good. I wasn't even complaining about anything. The only problem was the following day, what literally happened the following day. So the following day, what happened was, we're still together in the morning, right? Yeah, of course, like, we spent the night together. Okay, so we in the morning, on my way home, he offered to actually like drop me off at my place. So he goes to drop me off at my place, and the next thing that happens is his phone rings, and it's his girlfriend that is calling. Whew, okay. And one, his girlfriend is calling. Secondly, this nigga has the nerve not to put off the Bluetooth speaker because we were playing music in his car, and guess what? I was literally sitting there like a clown face. I'm literally going to put a clown face right here because that nigga made me a clown, okay? I was a clown at that moment. This guy answered his phone call, his girlfriend is talking to him, and I'm listening literally there. Sana, long story short, I get home. When I get home, by the way, after the phone call, I kept my cool. And I kept quiet and I got home. When I got home, I texted him because I was still trying to process what the hell was that, you know? I get home. When I get home, I text him and I'm like, okay, listen, I really didn't like that. I felt like it was disrespectful, yada, yada, yada. I didn't put it in such a long text because I don't do long texts. Because one thing for sure I'll tell you about men is that they know exactly what they're doing. So you don't need to be texting long text messages to men, honey. Don't you ever do that, because they know exactly what they're doing. You don't even need to be explaining so many things in so many words. So I just tell him that, and he takes back to saying, okay, no, I'm sorry, it was unintentional. But already in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is it. I'm not going to even be giving this guy any chance, because I had already, like, the line was already drawn, but okay, this is it, and this is it, you know. And then he later on tells me that he's going to be driving out of the country later on during the day. Mind you, he was supposed to actually drive out of town that moment when he dropped me off home. But now he's saying he's passing through, because he works in Harare, and they have another branch here in Bulawayo, and he was telling me that he's going to pass through that branch in Bulawayo. I'm like, okay, cool. He passes through that branch in Bulawayo, and seemingly, like, his colleagues there were now saying they want to go for lunch with him. Okay, fine. He tells me that he's going to go for lunch and then leave. Fine. This guy goes on for lunch. And I also tell him that, look, I also have a lunch thingy that I'm going to be doing with some friends of mine. Okay. So next thing, what do? I go out, Mina, on my lunch day. I think I went to Smokehouse or something. Yeah, I went to Smokehouse. So I go to Smokehouse with my friends, and we have, okay, this was actually a guy friend and a girlfriend, you know. So we go to thingy to have lunch. I haven't talked to this person since morning, and Lami, I'm just like, okay, after that whole thing that he pulled, that stunt that he pulled in his car, I don't think I need to be even talking to this person. So long story short, I'm there having lunch with my friend, and the next thing that happens is my girlfriend, my friend who's a chick who I'm with there, she stands up. She wants to go outside to answer a phone call. I think she wanted to answer a phone call or something. I don't know what was really happening. But she stands up, she excuses herself, and she goes outside to be on the phone. So while she's doing that, I'm left with who? With the guy friend who I'm sitting with here. And while we're still eating, this nigga that I was with walks in with two of his colleagues. As he walks in, he actually saw me, right? And then when he saw me, he literally just chose to act as if he didn't see me, and he sits down at some corner, and I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, okay, what do I do? Do I say something or what? It just felt awkward, and I just, for some reason, which I sort of kind of like regret, I don't think I should have done that, but I did. I texted him and I said, I'm actually sitting just behind you. I can see you. What's up? Can I pull through and say hi? Or what's the deal, you know? And you know what this guy says? He says to me, how is the date going? Mind you, my friend is still outside on the phone, and now I'm with this guy. He texts back, he says to me, how is the date going? Okay, yes, Anna. Hi. My friend walks back in, okay. He says, how is the date going? Sure, you can come through and say hi. There's no big deal. Okay, my friend walks back in, and while my friend is walking back in, I now narrate the whole story to the two of them. This is what is happening right now, and this guy is saying this. So my friend suggests that, no, you know what? Just go there and say hi to him. You know, just say hi. Okay, you know, okay, fine. I stand up and I go and say hi. While I'm going to say hi, excuse me, as I go to his table to say hi, they've already shifted from that table. They are now at a bigger table, and there's two more girls in there, son. So I go up to him. I'm like, hi, how's it? He's like, hi. But he's just like, hi, babe, how are you? Like, he's giving me the energy. Okay, kind of like, okay, he's welcoming me there. But at the same time, he's being funny about it. So I just noticed, okay, I shouldn't have actually done this. I really shouldn't have done this at all. And he's like, no, it's cool. I can see you're chilling with your friends. And I'm like, yeah, but why are you saying I'm on a date? But anyway, it's cool because, I mean, you know. And then he's like, okay, fine, I'll see you around. I'm like, okay, sharp, I'll see you around. I go back to my seat, and the next thing that happens from there was just the one thing and the one reason that keeps on like making me feel like I shouldn't have gone to his table to say hi, because next thing, this guy was now dancing with this girl. Now this girl is now twerking on him. Nje, it's just body language. They are now talking and touching each other, yada yada. It's now just something else. And it was just the most weirdest of moments, just the weirdest of situations that was happening there. It was just so funny, and it was just pathetic, if I should put it that way. Because when I went to his table, he literally just told me that he's no longer leaving in the evening, he's leaving later on. So in my head, I was not thinking, okay, probably this guy, number one, he's just a player. Because probably he came to the city just to get some, and then get some, and then get some. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he was with me, and then next thing now he's with someone else. Do I even know if maybe that girl that he's with, probably he had plans with this person, or is it somebody that he met there? So already he just ticked X on all the boxes. No, this is just a no-go area. So anyway, that's what happened to me. That is life. Those things happen. Long story short, I just left that place because it was just super annoying, and my friend was just like, you know what, you don't need to be seeing all of this, and you just have to just leave. So it goes back to me saying, which is sometimes when you need to really have standards and boundaries. And because sometimes when you end up having boundaries and standards, I feel like men tend to kind of like want you to change your standards, if that makes sense. And when they see that no, this person is not changing their standards, you're becoming difficult, and then that's when all the bullshit starts happening, especially with this second guy that I'm talking about. It was just like, okay, what the hell was even that? And the dating pool really is just so messy. It's full of amaxoxo. The dating pool is just full of amaxoxo. It's full of debris. It's full of nje nyaka yonke and kak. It's just something else. It's just something else, guys. Like, it's literally just something else. I don't know. I'm just finding it super difficult to kind of like find people who still have good intentions. Who really have good intentions. And one thing I'll tell you about men that I really that is super, super annoying to me is the fact that they will rather go the longer route instead of telling you what's up. And this is the reason why I'm saying this is because this guy could have easily said that he's not ready to be in a relationship. He's not looking for anything. He actually has someone that he's seeing. He should have just easily said that. Instead of taking the longer route and keeping quiet about who he's with and all of that, and acting like, everything is cool, knowing very well, no, that's not what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly speaking, all these things are just learning curves for me, really. All these things are just learning curves. And I've also learned that courtship is really, really important sometimes, It's important. It takes me back to the first story that I told you guys, as in Uguti. Learn to court, like, it's important to learn to court someone, have that courtship going on before anything. That is why I was even suggesting, let's go on a date, let's do this, because I really wanted to know who I was dealing with before I even like open up and be with this person, but that never even happened. So if that's not even happening, then what are we doing? It's like, guys, the dating pool sham. It's really something else. So I'm really just trying to go through my notes right now because there's so many things that I wanted to say, and I feel like some of these things are just there, here and there. So another thing that I also want to ask is that those guys who are in good relationships, you guys that are in good relationships that we see on social media, are you guys really, 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 really having it really good? Because the dating pool, it's messy out here. So I tend to just wonder and ask myself, what's happening? Because I really want to believe that I'm not the only person that is going through so much when it comes to dating, because even with my friends and some people that I've had conversations with, we all seem to have this problem. Dating seems to just be super, super difficult these days. And honestly, I think the other thing that I want to add on to this is I feel like also dating someone that is fresh out of a separation and fresh out of a divorce, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing that you can ever do for yourself, because I don't think if someone is coming out of a relationship or coming out of a divorce or whatever you want to call it, and they haven't really digested it, I don't think they would have really digested what is happening, and they're still trying to, touch and go. So if you, on the other hand, haven't been into something that is serious like that, or that type of setup, and you're now meeting someone who's just coming out of a divorce, honey, yo, I don't know. I think you need to just pray about it, because believe you me, there'll be moments where you kind of feel like you're a rebound at some point. In as much as this person is like saying, I'm ready to get into a relationship, sometimes it feels like you just do feel that certain thing, it's a rebound, sort of. I don't know what the hell will be happening, but I don't know really. So honestly, guys, I think I've vented enough, and the only things that I will just say is, don't underestimate men and what they can do. Don't you ever, honey, underestimate what someone can do. Don't do that. And also, if you have standards and boundaries, keep your standards and boundaries. Don't you ever let go of your standards and boundaries, okay? And honestly, I'm at a point where I'm just saying, thou shalt not chase. I'm also at a point really where I'm just saying, thou shalt not chase. I am not chasing anybody. I am not chasing anything. I only attract the good. And I've told myself that whatever is meant to be shall be. And I will prettily wait upon it. And I will just be myself and continue doing me and just be at peace with everything. And honestly, I was even talking to a friend the other time and saying, Wote, I don't think I even want to start. Most times I pray like about certain things in my life, and I just feel like I'm at a point where I'm no longer even wanting to pray for a man at all, because I'm just like, honey, I'm just gonna wait and sit pretty, and I'm not in search of anybody. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. If I do meet people that I will talk to and everything is good, then so be it. But at this point, I'm just praying for more serious things. I'm not even joking, guys, on that. Like, I'm just praying for more serious things. This is the baby girl era. What is meant to be shall be, okay? And that's on period. I'm not about to even drop the ball on myself at all. So yeah, man, courtship. What did I talk about? I talked about courtship. I talked about dating someone who's just coming out of a relationship. Yeah, guys, like umjolo, guys, is just something else. Uyasinyisa umjolo, uyasinyisa. Well, for me, mina nje uyangisa. Clearly. So I'm just going to maintain the sweet girl era, the baby girl era. What is meant for me will come for me. I will just sit prettily. I've said this many times, and just wait for it, I'll go on dates. I'll definitely will go on dates. I'm not searching. I'm really not searching. I'm just being myself. I'm just being me, because the streets, honey, the streets are mean. The streets are crazy, okay? So yeah, guys. So one more last thing that I want to say is that thou shalt not lose your shit, because a lioness, honey, does not bother herself about the opinions of Shib, okay? So that is just the level and the era that I'm in, and that's on period. So yeah, I hope I spoke to someone out there, and I hope it was an entertaining story time, because these are real things that really happen in life, I mean, we try to pretend as if we don't go through the most. I'm not one person who's just going to sit pretty up in here and pretend as if I have shit together. I don't have shit together, okay? Life is also lifing with me. I'm also lifing with it, and I am picking the good out of it and throwing away the bad. And if I go through bad experiences, I'm just going to learn through those bad experiences and just move on with life, and hopefully be graceful at it, and just carry myself as highly as I carry myself, because I look at myself with such a high regard. I mean, if you don't want to be with me, I mean, honey, you are losing out on so much, you know what I'm saying? So that's just me. And if I do have any faults, and if I know about them and they are brought forth, they are brought forth to me, I'll try by all means to just correct here and there, because I'm also human. I'm not saying I'm 100% perfect. I'm not 100% perfect. I also make mistakes. I'm also, learning as I go, with this life thing. But anyway, yeah, man. I think more or less this was more like a vent. And if you have been watching up to the end of this video, thank you so much, because I just had to put it out there. Thank you so much for watching up to the end of this video. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Do kindly like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see on this channel. Okay, I will just finish up my makeup. I need to put on my my lashes and just head out. Okay, so but otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next time.